everybody. Welcome back to Cooking with Miss Joyce. I am happy this week to know that Easter is on its way. Jesus rose and we got some bread that's going to be rising. I am just so happy to have you guys here with me. I posted up some bread earlier this week and people said yum yum, looks delicious. And so today we're going to actually show you guys how to mix up yeast bread that you can bake in the air fryer, and if you choose to just put it in your regular conventional oven, you can do that as well. So let's get started without a whole lot of time being wasted. I'm going to use yeast that is dry, is active, dry yeast. Active, dry yeast. You do not want to get the fast acting yeast. If it says fast rising and all that, you don't want that. You want active, dry. And I'm using Red Star. You can get Fleischmann's or any other one that you like, but be sure don't get the one that has gluten-free. You want the gluten inside of it. I made the mistake and did that one time and bread was horrible. So you want to get the regular dry active yeast. I can't press that enough. Okay, so now that you know that, I'm going to open up 2 packs because that's what this recipe calls for. 2 packs. Okay. So the other thing that I'm going to drive home to you guys is each one of these packs takes 1/4 cup of warm water. I didn't say hot and I didn't say cold. I said warm. And when I said warm, I mean warm. Warm to the touch. Not hot and not cold. It's got to be warm. If it's too hot, it's going to kill your yeast, folks. And if it's not hot enough, it's not going to activate your yeast the right way. So it has to be lukewarm yeast. And you mix that up in here. And you mix it up so it's not lumpy, okay? You don't want it lumpy. Okay, so this recipe also calls for 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon. I already added the 1 teaspoon of salt to 3 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, so what you want to do, there's a blue bowl right there that I'm going to have my cameraman hand to me. Thank you, sir. And what we're going to do, first thing I'm going to do is put my glove on. Why y'all tell me I didn't have my glove on? Y'all know I wear gloves, right? Okay. All right. Just being funny, folks. Trying to be funny anyway. Just being me. Don't know how to be anything other than. So, I need 1 egg. 1 egg. And once I get that 1 egg, I'll be ready to roll. We got to put it on the table. And blame it on me being 70 and forgetful sometimes, alright? Okay, we're going to be just fine. I like for them to be on room temperature for real. But this just came out the refrigerator, so y'all gonna have to forgive me on that deal. Alright. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, I need 1 cup of milk also. What we're gonna do is we're going to mix 1 cup of milk. And we're gonna mix the sugar, the salt, and the yeast and the melted Crisco. That's another thing I want to show you guys. I got this recipe from a woman who died a few years ago. She was 100 years old when she died. Okay. Now, this right here is the Crisco that she used. And she told her daughter, who passed the recipe on to me, that you want to use Crisco and you want to melt the shortening. So we're going to stick that in the microwave and melt it because that's what the 100-year-old lady said do. And I've used her recipe for a lot of times. And so we're going to melt this in the microwave and we're going to warm that milk up just a little bit in the microwave. And then we're going to do this thing. Okay, so what I already did is I already took my sifter. You want to sift your flour. 3 cups of flour you want to sift. That's going to give you a light bread. You don't want a thick, heavy dough, so you want to sift your flour. So we already did that. Okay, the other thing you're going to need with this recipe, that ain't trying to act right. I'm going to put it over here. Normally it hooks right up there. The other thing you're going to want is some soft butter. Some soft butter, because you're going to see that that's going to be rolled on that dough. So we're going to get started here. We need the milk and we need the oil. The milk shouldn't be too hot. It's about like that water was. So we're going to put the sugar and the salt that's already mixed together right here in the bowl. I'm going to crack this egg. Put this egg over in here. I need that milk and that oil over here, and then we're going to get started. And once we get that in here, then we're going to mix mix this yeast in there. So the milk should be ready now. The milk has been poured to this mixture. I'm stirring it up with the egg. You're going to give it a nice stir, folks. You want to give it a real nice stir. You know how egg looks. Got that white and that yellow. You want to give it a real good stir. And then that Crisco that I told you need to melt, you want to melt that Crisco. And then you want to pour it right over in that blend. And then keep right on stirring. Give it a real good stir. Give it a real good stir. I want y'all to see that. Real good stir. Now, you're going to take that yeast, that mixed yeast mixture, and you're going to pour it over in there. And you're going to keep right on stirring. You're going to keep right on stirring. Y'all see how good it looks? Smells good too. Smells just like it used to smell when I would be at home and the old people would be making bread. No smell like that smell, right? Okay, so now I'm taking that 3 cups of sifted flour and I'm not gonna play around with it. I'm just gonna go ahead on and pour it in here. Trying to keep it from going all over my clothes and everything. And put it in there. I should have put my apron on. I didn't think about it. Not used to having a nice apron. But anyway, stir it up. It's going to give you a nice soft dough. A real nice soft dough is what this is going to give you. And then once this is stirred up real good, you're going to sit it to the side in a nice warm spot. Wherever that warm spot is. If you've got a countertop and it's warm over there, put it there. If you got the stove on, and I don't know, you probably be cooking Easter dinner or whatever, put it somewhere close to the stove so it can be nice and warm. In my case, I am just going to put it over behind me under this light where the pots and pans are hanging. It does it just fine. So, you're going to have a nice stiff dough. See there? Look how nice that is. And so once you do that, all you're going to do is cover it. You're going to cover it and set it somewhere so it can rise. I'm setting it right over here so it can rise. Now, because this was such a process, people, what I did was I made some bread earlier so that you wouldn't have to sit here and wait for this to rise for an hour. And then after that rises for an hour, you got to cut them out. You got to roll, you got to pat them out. I call it pat now because you don't really use a rolling pin. You pat them out, you butter it, and you cut them out, and you put them in a pan so they can bake. I knew you didn't have all that time, and my cameraman didn't have all that time either. So here's what I did. I improvised. So this bread right here is what it looks like after it has risen for an hour. You're going to have a nice, soft dough that looks like this. Okay? It's going to look like this. Then you're going to have yourself a little bit of flour that you're gonna put on your cutting board. Not much, just a little bit. Put that baby on there. Here I go calling it baby again. That's my word. Y'all know that, right? Press that baby out. Press that baby out. Press it out. Now, I have found that this recipe gives you about, I'd say anywhere between 16 and 19 rolls, depending on how wide how big a circle you cut out. So I'm going to use this right here. I could have gone to the store and got me a biscuit cutter, but I haven't done that yet. I could. I have enough money to buy a biscuit cutter for y'all that's talking about, she need a biscuit cutter. I don't have one yet. I'll go buy one when I feel like it. Right now I'm going to use this. Okay. You do this. Cut that baby out. That's easy enough, right? Biscuit cutter or not. As long as you get it cut, that's what matters. Then you're going to take this soft butter and put some on there. That's what the 100-year-old lady said do. Put some on there. I figured she knew what she was talking about. She was from Texas, too. I know they know how to cook and eat. Yeah, Miss Stevens. Miss Agnes's mother. Agnes, I know you're probably watching it, so you know I'm telling the truth. And so, once you do that, get yourself a pan. I'm using glass. I'm not going to tell you to use glass. You may not have glass. I don't know what you have, but I'm going to use glass. And when I say grease it and don't be stingy with it, please don't be stingy. Go ahead and be generous with your grease, with your Crisco that you're going to do this in. Be generous, people. Be generous. Okay? You can buy some more Crisco later on, but right now, be generous. Okay. So, I'm going to take this glove off because it's gotten heavy. Take that baby off. Put on a new one. Got plenty of them. So, what we're going to do is take this roll. Maybe some of you may have not seen it done like this, but this is the way Agnes's mother did it. It's the way I've been doing it every time I've done it. Okay. Fold that baby in half with that butter in it. That's why I say it's a nice, buttery, soft, and delicious yeast bread. And put it in there. Fold that baby in half. Put a little more butter on it if you want to. And put them in there. Fold it in half. Boy, my kitchen smells real good from yeast. So those of you that saw that post that I put out, this is what you're looking at right here. And a lot of people have really commented on it. Made me feel pretty good, actually. And so that little extra stuff you have left over, just take it. Y'all know what to do. Those people that's made bread before. Now, you newcomers, new to the kitchen and all that, you guys probably don't know anything about this here. So just pay Miss Joyce some attention. And I'm going to show you what to do. Keep that man happy. That man be liking some bread. You know that. Yeah, them boys be liking some bread. So we're going to mash that out. Don't they, cameraman? Cameraman said, yeah, they be liking some bread. Alright, so put a little butter. That baby in half. Put it in here. And look like I got one more left. How lucky am I to have this one more little roll left. I don't want it too sticky. So you new girls and guys who want to do this, it's pretty simple. Now, the most thing about this is the 2 hours that it needs to rise. You can't get past that. Not with this bread, you can't. Maybe with somebody else's recipe you may be able to, but I promise you it ain't gonna taste like these. Miss Stevens had a bomb roll. And so I ain't got to cut that one out. It's already got its own circle. So I'm just going to put this butter in the middle, turn this baby in half, and mash it down with some more nice little butter on it, and put it in the middle. A door came open, Anthony. Front door. And close it. And get it like that. And you're ready to roll, baby. What you gonna do? You see I'm mashing it down a little bit. The closer rolls are to each other when they're in a pan or biscuits, you just know this, the better they rise. You want them touching each other. That's the better they rise. I don't know what causes that. I don't know if it's the gluten in it or what it is. But the closer together they are touching each other, then the better they rise. I found that to be true over the years. So now that's ready. That's ready. I'm going to take this off. Whew. These gloves make your hands hot, people. Oh, they do. They make your hands hot. And so when you get it like that, they are ready to sit in a nice warm spot. Like I said, over by your stove, your countertop, or wherever you want them to rise. In a nice, it's got to be a warm spot. And cover that baby. And let them sit for an hour. And then you're ready to bake. And so now I am getting ready to show you a finished product, because like I said, we had to kind of hurry up and expedite things for you guys. So we're going to go over to our air fryer, because these rolls, like I said before in the beginning, you can bake these in your air fryer or you can bake these in your regular conventional oven. It's totally your choice. But for this purpose, I did these in the air fryer. You bake it on 370 for about 18 minutes, and you have to cover them. If you don't cover them, they're going to get brown too fast, and they're not going to be done in the inside. So you find a top that's oven proof. I like to use something that's about so wide so that it's not flat. And you don't want a flat top, because you don't want it touching your bread. You want to give it room to rise. And so you cover that bread with a top, and you stick it in that preheated 370-degree air fryer. Before you do that, preheated 370, and then you stick it in there, you put the top on it, and you let it cook for 18 minutes. After it's cooked for 18 minutes, you've got about 2 minutes that you're going to let it brown. So at that point, you're going to take the top off of it and let it brown for 2 minutes, which is what we're getting ready to show you guys right now. Okay. Alrighty now. Bread has risen, bread has baked, and bread is ready to be shown, folks. Bread is ready to eat. Folks said, let's eat. Now, is it beautiful? Let me just brag on it. Does it look good? And everybody's saying, yes, it does, Miss Joyce. So, did you bake that in the air fryer? And my answer is, I baked one of them in the air fryer, and I baked the other one in the traditional oven. Now, I want you to tell me which one I baked in the oven, and I want you to tell me which one I baked in the air fryer. You can tell me whether it's the one that's in this container on my left or the one that's on the table to my right. Which one is it? Which one was baked in the air fryer and which one was baked in the oven? What you say? What you say? Everybody done guessed already? All right, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Is it this one that baked in the air fryer or this one that baked in the air fryer? The answer is this one was baked in the air fryer and this one was baked in the oven. Who all was right? Who had it right? It doesn't matter. We're all good. We're all good and they all taste good. So what we're going to do is what we're going to do. I put on one glove. These gloves get hot on my little old hands. But it doesn't matter. I got plenty of gloves. I'm going to pull one of these bad boys out of here. Y'all mouth just watering, isn't it? Just watering. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right. And do it over here. Oh, I tore that up. Hey, get over here. I'll show you. Look at that, y'all. Look. Is it good? It's good looking. It's good looking bread, baby. That's some good looking bread, baby. Now, let me just tell y'all this. Let me just tell you this, because I don't want to hear nothing behind it. When you bake this in the air fryer, be sure to cover your pan for the first 18 minutes. When you bake it in your traditional oven, it needs not to have a cover on it. When you bake it in your traditional oven, put it on 400 degrees. When you bake it in your air fryer, put it on 370. Now, this was baked in the conventional oven, 400, and Miss Essie's recipe says when it get golden brown, take them out. And that's exactly what I did. I want you to see the bottom. You see the bottom? They're not all the way real brown, but they're good and done. Let's look at the bottom over here. They're not all the way good and brown like the other one wasn't, but they're good and done. Now, you want your bread brown on the bottom, all you got to do is flip them over and brown them some more. That's not important. What's important is they taste good. And I've been eating this bread for years. So that's my segment on baking the bread. Now I want to show you guys the dessert that I put together for Easter. And it is a no-bake lemon pie. I'm going to open that up a little bit. I've been busy, folks, getting ready for this episode. It took a lot of work, I tell you that. It took a lot of work to do this. So I'm opening that up. I want you to see that pretty pie. Now, if you want to put some lemon zest in, let me tell you what's in it. I won't give you a recipe and tell you how to do it and all that, but lemon pudding, whether you mix it together, you buy it already ready. You mix it with some cream cheese and some powdered sugar, and you get it to your own sweetening taste, because you know how lemon is. And then you put it in the graham cracker crust. On top of here, if you wanted to put some cream, whipped cream or Cool Whip, you could do that. If you wanted to put some lemon zest, you grate a little lemon and have a little yellow stuff all around to make it look real pretty. You can do that too. And so that's what I had there. And then I have one slice of pie over there, Natasha, and in that pan on that chair right there. And I'm going to show you the pie.
You want me to bring you just a plate?
Just the pie, just the pie. Let's see what I can do here. Put that pie up here. I want to add some Easter color. Let me add a little Easter color to it. Just because I like pretty stuff. I got a problem with liking pretty stuff. Blame me, I can't help it. So that's some sweet potato pie that I made. And believe me, that baby tastes good, because I ate me some. I have eaten me some. And one of these times I'm going to give you the recipe for the sweet potato pie. It's real easy. Everybody that knows me know I can make a bomb sweet potato pie without fail. Have been doing it for years and years and years. And so that's the bread, the lemon pie, and sweet potato pie were the added things that I wanted to show you guys for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and do my segment on the napkins. You know I like pretty things, and so this is my segment. Because I like pretty things, folks, y'all know I like me some pretty stuff. And because I like pretty things, I'm going to show you the tablescape today is done up with all pretty roses that I shaped. What color should I pick? I don't know. I've got on yellow. It's Easter time. Why don't I just do hell, I don't know. Let's do a pink one. Okay. So, we're going to undo that baby. And I'm going to tell you again, all you need to start with is a square napkin. Roll that baby out. You're going to do a triangle. You're going to start at one end and just start rolling. Just start rolling. This is a real simple napkin fold. You can roll it tight. You don't have to roll it real tight, you know, just kind of roll it. And then get up the other end and then start rolling it in. Come on here. Fingers be acting crazy sometimes. 70-year-old fingers. That's all right. I thank God for these 70-year-old fingers, right? Some people my age have arthritis so bad they couldn't roll anything if they tried. So I'm not complaining. I thank you that I can still roll these little fingers. These little fat fingers of mine. Okay, so after you've done that, you got it rolled. Tuck it in back there. Tuck it in. Tuck it in. Then you got these two little flips at the top. I call them flips. You can call them leads, whatever you want to call them. Now, every time you do it, they're going to come out a little different. Flip that out. Flip that out. What you think? What you think? You like that? And that's the way I did all the rest of these. And as you can see, they all got different little flips on them. They're all different sizes. But anyway, that's it, folks. That's it. That's it. All right, now we have come to the end of our segment. We've talked about the bread. We've shown you the lemon pie. We showed you the slice of sweet potato pie that's absolutely delicious, and I'll give you the recipe too one day. And we showed you the roses over here. I demonstrated how to make that so pretty. Everybody can have a different rose on their dinner plate for Easter. Or they can have the same color, it doesn't matter. Now that you have the idea, you can use that for Easter, you can use it for Mother's Day, you can use it for any special occasion, just because you love your folks. Alright, well now we have come to the end of this segment. It's time for me to do what I do every week, y'all, which is take that mask off. I didn't wear lipstick today. Today you get to see my natural lips. They still look pretty, I don't care what you say. I have lipstick on, have pretty lips. They pretty and succulent anyway. I shouldn't say all that, but anyway. Now I've got on my other mask, and you know what it says, right? That's some good eating, baby. Don't you agree with me? All right, we will see you guys next week. Don't forget those thumbs up, those shares with all your social media friends and your loved ones and everybody, and those comments that Miss Joyce loves. We will see you next week. Happy Easter, everybody. Miss Joyce loves you. Bye-bye now.